Hello everybody, so today I'm going to be doing the $20 makeup challenge, and I know I'm really late on this, but I just kind of wanted to do a little bit of research on certain products that I was thinking about getting, and then I kind of wanted to look through my collection to see if I had anything I could use. So some of the products I already had, and some of the products are new that I bought specifically for this, but I do still plan to use, since I bought it, I do still plan on using it, so I wanted to get stuff that I would like and that I would use. So I'm going to go ahead and get started because I want to make this as quick as possible. Because I am filming this on my webcam, I cannot edit anything out, so I want to make this as quick as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, just kind of tell you the prices and what I think of everything as I go. I do have my hair up, and I know I'm not really fancy right now, but it's really hot right now where I live. And the fan that I have in my room to kind of help circulate the air, I can't have it on because it makes noise. So I need to at least have my hair out of my face. So for foundation, I picked the Rimmel Match Perfection. And the reason I got this is because it has an SPF. Plus, I heard some good things about it, but I also heard some bad things about it, so we'll see. I got the shade in Ivory, which was the second to lightest, I think, so we'll see. One thing, there's no pump, but and I'm going to have to use my fingers because I didn't get any brushes really for this. So I don't know if this is going to match my skin, but we'll see. And I know the lighting isn't very good, but shade's a little bit too orange, but it's not too bad. Alright, and this is the most expensive product that I actually got for this. This was $6.29, and I'm not going to count tax because where I live tax is pretty expensive, so that would completely mess it up for me, so I'm not going to count tax. But I don't really think any of the other people counted tax either. I'm going to put a little bit on my eyelids too, just to kind of act as a primer because I didn't get a primer. I also tried to use a mixture of brands. I didn't want to use the same brand because I know a lot of people in their tutorials, they use a lot of e.l.f. And when picking inexpensive products, it is very easy to just want to pick e.l.f. because their stuff's really inexpensive. But I really didn't want to do that. So it looks a little weird on camera, but it actually, now that I blend it in, it matches pretty well. It has a very fresh scent, not something I particularly like, but I don't dislike it. So coverage is so-so. So far it doesn't seem too bad, so I know you can't really tell, but it matches pretty well. So that's the first thing. Next, I did not get any eyebrow stuff because the stuff that I use for my eyebrows is it's like $6, $7, and there's really nothing at the drugstore or cheaper really that you can get for eyebrows, and I just thought I could skip it because if I just put a little bit of clear brow gel on my brows, they're fine. Okay, so this is the e.l.f. Clear Brow or Wet Gloss Lash Brow Clear Mascara. This is $1. So next I'm going to move on to eyeshadow, and I am using a palette from Wet n Wild. I believe it's called something blue. I've had this for a little while. I depotted it. So I have it in my Z palette, and I depotted it. I don't have the labels anymore, but I figured since I have this and I never use it, I would include it in this. I didn't want to get another cheap eyeshadow palette that I was never going to use. So I know it looks kind of messy, but these are all the colors right here, and I'm just going to choose a couple to use. It's one of the 6-pan palettes, and it was $3.74. Since I've had it for a while, I looked on the CVS website because that's where I got it, and it said it was $3.74. So I am going to use the sponge tip applicators that came with it because I saved them. So I'm going to go ahead and take this shimmery sort of robin egg blue color, and I have my mirror right here, and I'm just going to put that in the inner corner. There's black on this thing. Just like the inner third of the lid. A little bit on there. Alright, and then I'm going to take this really pretty, let's see if I can take it out, like turquoisey color, and I'm going to put that kind of in the middle of the lid. I'm not really very good with blues, so I don't want to make it too crazy because I just don't think they look that great on me. Plus, I don't know, they're just, sometimes they're a little bit too crazy for me. So there it is so far. And then I'm going to take this dark blue color right here, and I'm going to put a little bit of that on the outer corner. For the most part, I like Wet n Wild shadows. I feel like they're pretty pigmented. They blend pretty well. Depending on the shade, some of them can be a little bit chalky, and some of them can be a little hard to blend. So that's probably my only complaint about Wet n Wild shadows. Alright. Okay, so there it is so far. I think that looks kind of cool. I don't know if I'd wear that out. It's a little dramatic, but I think it looks kind of cool. And I didn't want to do like a neutral look. I wanted to do something a little interesting. So now I'm just going to take that sponge tip applicator and apply a little bit of the color underneath my lower lash line, just to kind of darken it up a little bit. I would probably wear this maybe to a party or to a club, but I probably wouldn't wear it like to school. But with this palette you can get some pretty great looks. Okay, so now I'm going to just take the Brow Bone Highlight shade, which is just basically like a light shimmery shade, and I'm going to put that on my lid. One of the only things I don't like about this palette is there are no matte shades, so I don't have a matte Brow Bone Highlight, which I don't really like. Okay. So there's that. And then for the eyeliner, I'm going to take the sponge tip applicator and I'm going to take the only matte shade that they have in here, which is this black. And I'm going to take that on the sponge tip applicator. I'm going to apply that to my lid. Just like a smoked out black line. There we go. So there's that. And then I'm going to use my $1 e.l.f. Eyelash curler, which I love this. I use this every day. I'm going to curl my lashes. And then I'm going to use a mascara that I already have and I've reviewed and I don't like. But I don't usually buy really cheap drugstore mascaras. And this is the Wet n Wild Mega Lash Clinical Mascara. And this was $3.74 as well. So I'm going to take this, and if you guys would like to see an in-depth review on it, I have one up a couple videos back. So I'm going to put that on. I just figured since I had it, I'd use it. I didn't want to buy another drugstore mascara that I wouldn't use. That was cheap enough, I mean. There are a lot of drugstore mascaras that I like, but they're definitely, you know, not like $3, $4, so. Okay, so there are the eyes, all done. And then for cheeks, I'm going to use my e.l.f. blush in Tickled Pink. This is a really pretty sort of pinkish nude color, and this was $3. I'm just going to use my fingers because I don't have a brush, but I use my fingers for cream blush anyways, so. So there you go. You can see that. And then the last thing I'm going to use is my NYC lipstick in Blossom. And this was $1, and this is a really pretty sort of fuchsia color. I'm going to use this very lightly because we do have a lot going on with the eyes. So there you go. That's the look. I don't really have much time left, but most of the products I really like. The foundations so far I like. I'll probably end up doing a review on this or something. This is probably the only thing that I really, really don't like. Everything else, pretty much I like and I haven't had a problem with. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you have any requests, and I encourage you to do this. Thanks for